This episode is brought to you by Google Pixel, the official fan phone of the NBA and WNBA. The new Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro are built different. How? Take the Audio Magic Eraser tool. It helps block out distracting crowd noise so your play-by-play commentary sounds crystal clear. The only phone engineered by Google brings out the audio you care about so your videos sound as crisp as they look. Learn more at googlestore.com/pixelnba. Audio Magic Eraser requires Google Photos app. May not work on all audio elements.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, I wanted to talk on video games being hard for no reason. Like, there's games out there where they make it mad difficult. Not even like talking on multiplayer games. Like, multiplayer games, that just depends on how skillful you are at, shooting games, anything multiplayer related. I won't be talking on that, because I'm like, that's a skill-based thing. But at times, I'll play single-player games, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, bro, am I actually, like, at war? Or am I actually a professional racer? Or, like, I'm saying, like, there's at times when there's games, they're hard for no reason. No reason at all. Like, if you guys know me, you know how big I am into racing games. So when I play a racing game, I'm not expecting to have to change stuff just so I can understand, that my thing is this: it should be like set on an easy difficulty at first, and then if you want to like challenge your way, but don't have it on something that's already challenging for no reason. I'm like, that just doesn't even make any sense. But I'm playing this game called Assetto Corsa, I think, Competizione, or I don't know, but or Assetto Corsa. It's like, I think it's the sequel and stuff. But anyways, I'm playing this game. They made this game so challenging to the point where I'm like, bro, I will play another racing game and it comes off as like super easy. Because I'm like, you have it where I'm doing all this extra stuff for what? Like I'm saying, they have it where you're doing a free practice, another free practice. Then you got to do a qualifying race. Then you got to do another qualifying race just to get to the official race. I'm like, bro, I did not sign up to be an actual professional racer. I'm playing a video game. Like, here's the thing, to companies out there, don't make a game where it's like, it's arcade, but at the same time realistic. Have it where it's like realistic damage, realistic driving, realistic sounds, all of that stuff. I don't mind that. But when you're having it where I'm like, and then I know that was another thing that they said was that the game is designed for people that have the steering wheel and the gas pedal. I don't have that. Okay, I don't have a steering wheel and a gas pedal for this game. I have a controller. Literally what comes with it. I'm like, if that's the case, then it should have not been a digital purchase of the game. They should be like, oh, you can only purchase it in stores along with the steering wheel and the gas pedal. But I'm like, if it ain't coming with that, I'm playing with what I got, a controller. So I'm saying, like, it just doesn't even make any sense for a game to be that extra for what? Like, why is it being... The crazy thing about it is, like, I could play Fortnite, I could play all these other different games and have a much more better experience. I'm like, if I end up getting mad or raging or whatever, that's just me getting killed a lot. But that's because I'm playing online, multiplayer. The fact that I've had more easier of a competition in multiplayer than I have in a single player game, I'm like, is that really like a good look for a game? Where, like, people play the single player, and I'm like, bruh, am I playing multiplayer? Like, am I secretly playing it? I'm saying, like, they have it where you're doing these free practice races, right? And they're timing you on some dumb stuff. I'm like, the timing just doesn't even make any sense, because I'm like, I'm ahead of the cars, okay? So I'm like, if I'm not, I'm like, can I just know how the thing is set up? So I'm like, I could get a clear understanding of where I'm at on the track. Because I'm saying, they'll have it where you're first place, throughout what, maybe like the first lap, it gets maybe like second or third lap, out of nowhere you're in sixth place. I'm like, how did I end up in sixth place? I'm like, who's telling these, how is the time even being like recorded to the point where I'm like, that just doesn't even make any sense. I'm like, no, have it, if that's the case, just have it where I'm out there racing instead of doing all this extra stuff. I do that. I despise when games like, I'm starting to hate that to the most now, where games have you, oh, let's go and have you look through a cutscene. Let's have you look through a tutorial. Let's have you look through all this other extra stuff, the free practice and qualifying and all this. I'm like, bro, I am just trying to play a game, okay? Like, I am 25 years old. I've been playing video games since I was like, what, 2-3 years old? You think I am that clueless to where I don't understand? Like, they should at least ask, like, have you played racing games before? Yes or no? Yes, I have. Okay, so all this extra stuff, we ain't even gonna put you through that. Unless you want to go through it. No, I don't. Boom, I'm in the game. I'm saying, like, that's all that it needs. That's all that I need in a game. I don't need, like, to go through no whole history lesson. Like, bro, it feels like I'm in, like, a driving ed school or something. All the stuff that they have me doing in this game. It got to the point where I'm like, bro, I'm having to change the stability to the car because the car is just, it loses control too much. I had to change, like, 2 different settings to just make the car more stable. Why is that? Why is the car not already stable? I'm saying, like, that stuff doesn't even make any sense, where it's like you're giving people, you clearly said, based off of the first race that I did, that you should be playing on the easiest difficulty, which I agree with. I don't want to play on I'm afraid of what the hardest difficulty is. But you said, okay, easy difficulty, alright? So I'm playing on that. It changed absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. What, now instead of 6th place, I'm in 5th place. Okay, so what, second to last. I'm saying, like, it's games like that where I'm like, do you want people to play the game, or do you want a professional racer to play the game? I'm saying, because yes, if I was a professional racer, then I would know all of this stuff. I don't. I just play video games, bro. All I know is based off of the games that I grew up playing. So all this extra stuff, I'm like, what is it being added for? Like, what is this, like, doing for me at the end of the day? I'm not gaining any knowledge from it. At the end of the day, I want my money back. I want my whole $13 back, because I'm like, bro, it's not even fun playing a game like that, where you're having to, like, keep constantly changing stuff and doing stuff, restarting, spinning out. You can't even reverse in the game. I'm like, what car in this world cannot reverse? When the same car that they got me racing in, a Lamborghini, like Hurricane or whatever it's called, or Huracan, I don't know, but anyways, it's a Lamborghini, okay? I have, not in real life, but I would assume in real life, in every other video game that I've played, I was able to reverse, okay, in a Lamborghini. So I don't understand why the reversing, or they don't have, like, no handbrakes so you can slow down more, but it's like stuff that's missing from the game, and I'm like, why would you add all this extra stuff and take away the key things that people need in a game? I'm like, that just doesn't even make any sense. And it's like, you're grading me based off of some stuff. I'm like, that's another thing that I don't like about games, is this whole grading stuff. I'm like, look, that was the whole reason why I didn't even want to go back to school after I graduated high school, because I'm like, look, I'm tired of people grading me on stuff, because I'm like, that's just annoying. Having it where I'm like, I'm constantly being graded on something. That's why I don't even like playing NBA 2K. Because I'm like, you're constantly grading me on some dumb stuff, and I'm like, you taught me this. So if I'm failing, I'm like, who's really failing? Who's really failing at the end of this? I'm like, my thing is this. You know, this goes for like any life lesson out there. If you are a teacher and you're teaching somebody and they're not getting a clear picture, the answer, or whatever it is that you're trying to get out of them, if they're not getting it, if they're not saying the words that you want them to say, you failed as a teacher. So, saying to the developers of this game, you failed as developers. Because, like, you have one job. That's just to make a game. That's it. It's just like, bro, it feels like I'm reading a book right now when I'm playing this game. I'm like, you got me doing all this extra stuff. I'm like, for what, bro? That doesn't even make any sense. I'm like, bro, honestly, what I would like to do is just restart everything. I wonder if that's even possible, if I'm able to restart everything in Forza, because I'm like, I would rather restart everything that I did in Forza and just play the game all over again. Like honestly, if it led down to where they was just like, would you like to restart everything, like all the progress and all of that? I'm like, yes, please. I'm like, I'd rather go through all of that. I'd rather do all of that again than to play any more of this game. Cause I'm like, and I'm sitting here trying to like play this game, give it a chance, because I'm like, I wasted my money on it, so let me just keep playing it until I actually get it down. But I'm like, bro, it's not fun at all. And I'm like, man, and this like, this Assetto Corsa game, this ain't even the only game where it's like where they do that. It's like so many other games out there where they make it mad difficult. And I'm like, do you want fans to enjoy the game, or are you making the game so fans can post videos of themselves raging, breaking their controllers, breaking their keyboards, breaking their monitors, breaking their cameras, their microphones, all of this stuff that costs a lot more money than the game itself? You're coming out with these games, like these halfway made games, and it's like, why? I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, it's, if you don't want people to play the game, then don't release it. It just doesn't even make any sense to me. You're releasing the game for what? Why? I'm saying, like, I'm so confused based off of just all the times where I've played games, right? All of the times where I play games and they have mad challenging levels. They have mad challenging, they add all this. I'm like, look, if I play it on the challenging difficulty or the hard difficulty or whatever it is that you want to call it, okay, then I'll play on that. That's when I want to experience some challenging stuff. But if I did not put it on that settings, and this is the main reason why I play games on easy, because this is what it brings out of me. I am mad playing a video game. And it should never be like that. My thing is this. When you play a video game, you play it to relax. You play it to have fun. You play it to be like, dang, like I always want to talk good on this game. You don't play it to get mad. I'm saying, like, maybe people out there, they get a kick out of that type of stuff, but I'm like, I avoid that. I know that's like the leading type of content when it comes to YouTube and Twitch streaming and all of that. I hate raging, bro. I hate it. I don't like raging. I don't like getting mad. I hate it now. I'm like, yeah, as a kid, I'm like, bro, I didn't care because I had all the energy in the world. But as you get older, you're like, bro, raging over a game because the developers, they don't know how to make the game. I'm like, that just doesn't even, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm saying, so that's why, like, a lot of times I be avoiding games because I'm like, look, if I'm going to get stuck or if it's going to be some challenging stuff or if it's going to be some dumb stuff that's happening in the game for no reason, I don't want to play it. I don't want no parts of it. You stay in your area, I'm going to stay in my area and play a game that's just, normal. But I'm like, games like that, like Assetto Corsa or any other game, that's why games like Dark Souls, I don't play games like that because I'm like, the game is just not even playable. I'm like, yeah, maybe in some cases, in some people, but I'm like, you got your, like, the diehard gamers where they sit around, digest the whole game. They're playing it nonstop and all of that, be playing it for hours and hours and hours. Me, I'm like, I'm playing it for however long I stream, for however long I record a YouTube video. I'm not playing video games all throughout the day. I don't have that type of time. I'm like, bro, I want to go out and live and do things. I want to, not sit down in front of a screen all day trying to figure out how to play a video game. That game should already be figured out and playable by the time I buy it. So that's why I'm like, games like that where it's like you're expecting the person to sit down and do all this extra stuff for what? I'm like, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. I don't care what anybody tells me when it comes to video games. I'm like, look, I've been playing video games my whole life. I should not have to be one of the people to have some sort of control or develop or whatever it is, change up things. I'm like, bro, it should be like, okay, you want to play on the easiest difficulty, play it on that, okay? You're going to be winning races. You ain't going to have to do all this extra stuff, none of that. And then if you want to play on the hardest difficulty, okay, switch to that. You'll feel just like one of the professional racers. I honestly feel like I'm like in a professional like racing experience or something. I'm like, bro, if this is what a professional racer has to go through, kudos to them. Kudos to them in the job that they have to do. But I'm telling you right now, I would have quit if I had been like a NASCAR driver or one of those dudes like there's like some Assetto Corsa type racing or whatever. I would have quit first day, bro. First day, I had put in my 2-second notice. I've been like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm like, nah, this is stupid. It's pointless. I'm going right back home and I'm just going to record YouTube videos. I'm like, nah, this ain't even fun. But it's just, it's other games like, like I was saying, like games like Dark Souls. Or what are some other games out there where it's like they don't even really have like a difficulty changing that stuff ain't even really an option, like NBA 2K. What are some other games out there? Let me just look through some other games because I'm like, there are some other games I don't even freaking. Not so much Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, Grand Theft Auto, I've had better experiences in Grand Theft Auto than I did in this Assetto Corsa game. But I'm saying, like, there's other games out there where I'm like, bro, do you want people to enjoy their time playing the game or not enjoy their time playing the game? Because I'm like, if that's the case, then I'm like, let me know that, all right? Or have like some, because I'm telling you right now, if there was a thing that can like kind of warn you about the game, not like a demo, but like something to tell you like, hey, based off of people's gaming experience in here, it's probably highly recommended that you watch a little bit more videos about this game. And I'm like, I watched some videos. I saw where it's like, I wasn't really expecting, to have like a whole experience. Like, I'm trying to like change up the settings and stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to play a racing game. That's it. But I'm like, they got me out here doing all this extra stuff. I'm like, bro, that's not even fun, man. I'm like, what? Honestly, who do you think I am? I am a 25-year-old man, all right, at his home, just trying to play a video game. I am not actually out there in some Lamborghini racing in the sun, racing in the rain, racing at night in the rain. I'm just some random person in the world that just wants to play a video game. And I gotta go through all this extra stuff just to go and play it. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, that, nah. I'm like, y'all can keep that. I'm like, I definitely will not be. And the messed up part about it is like, because I'm snowed in, so I didn't buy this game on disc. I bought this game digitally. If I had bought this game on disc, I'd been like, bruh, nah, GameStops can take it back. I'm like, GameStops can take it back. But I'm like, I'm stuck with this game. So I ain't got no choice but to give this game a chance. Like, here's the thing, because there's another racing game that I play. Well, it ain't really much of a racing game. But it's this car game called Car X Drifting Online. So, where it's like Car X Drift Racing. It's something, but it's like Car X Drifting, pretty much. But it's this drifting game. And when I very first started playing that game, I'll admit, it was mad difficult. But it was difficult because I wasn't good at drifting. So I'm like, my thing is this. I'm good at racing. Why am I having this experience where I'm like, I feel like I'm playing a racing game for the first time all over again? That's not the experience that I want when I'm playing a racing game. And I've been playing racing games literally since I was born, bro. Nintendo 64, one of the games I had, a racing game. PlayStation 2, racing game. PlayStation 3, racing game. Nintendo Wii, Mario Kart. That's like one of the greatest racing games in the world. I'm saying on every console, PC, everything possible that I've ever had, I've always had a racing game. So I've been playing racing games my whole life. You mean to tell me that I am undefeated with all of these racing games, okay? All of them, all right? And it gets down to this one game, and this is the game that, like, defeats me. This is the game that just takes me out to the point where I'm like, bro, I don't want to play a racing game no more. I'm like, honestly, I feel like that this is like the final this has to be like the final test in racing video games. Like, for me, this has to be the final test. And then this, like, once when I've completed this game, once when I've gotten every single achievement, there is not one video game in this world that can take me out. Because I'm saying, like, this game, it's difficult for no reason at all. I'm like, is it a good game? I wish I can give you guys an answer. But I'm like, as far as I'm seeing it, I'm like, it's just I don't want to, my thing is this. I don't want to say that it's bad, but I just think that it's bad on how they programmed it. Like, where it's like, you're making it difficult from the jump for what reason? Why? Did I ask for that? No. I asked to play a racing game. I asked to play a difficult racing game. They ain't said nothing about, they said Assetto Corsa and whatever that, the official GT World Challenge. This game's challenged, alright. It's freaking, almost said some stuff and I'm like, I had to hold back, but I'm like, the game is challenged. I'm like, challenged for no reason. I'm like, nah, you guys is doing that stuff and it's like, for what? Like, on purpose. I'm like, man, them developers, I'm like, bro, it honestly, it's just stupid now. Like, that, I'm telling you, these pandemic, because this game, I think it did come out, like, last year, during the pandemic. So, hold on for a second. Of course, I think this game came out in 2018. Yeah. 2018 wasn't really a hot year for video games either, so Xbox Series. Yeah, hopefully next year. I think they it's gonna come out with an update or something announced for that. Well, it's weird because they're I'm playing it on the Xbox Series X. It has the little Xbox Series X emblem thing at the bottom. So I don't know. Maybe if they optimize it or something, then it might be better. But if not that, I'm bro, this game is just mad difficult for no reason. No, wait a second. It came out on console. Well, yeah, so it came out on console last year. So I'm these pandemic games have not been good. So yeah, I had to put the blame on that because I'm y'all is just messing up. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to my 39 YouTube channels because I create another YouTube channel. So, make sure y'all subscribe to one of my 39 YouTube channels. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And make sure you use my supported creator code for Epic Games, TMossBoss. And in the meantime, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.